Alright, guys, we got a lot to unpack pretty quick. I'm gonna be getting into some of the Charlie Kirk stuff, some weird Donald Trump stuff, and also some Epstein things. And honestly, guys, the most important thing that I need to convey through all of this is there's a lot of internal powers at play and foreign powers and AI bots and a lot of news outlets and different sources of information that are trying to turn a lot of different things into propaganda to turn all of us into like a battleground, a civil war type of thing, and turn everybody against each other. Shit like this, you can't the problem with a lot of stuff, dude, like honestly, I voted for Trump, okay? I was actually a little bit more impressed with his first term, and I was hoping there would be some more of that momentum of change and stuff, and I just thought it was going to be more of the same if the other side got in office. That being said, I don't get tied to certain like teams and shit. If things are happening that I don't agree with and I don't quite like the way things are going, I'm not gonna just side with that Republican or Democrat. I try to go for whoever's not full of fucking shit. So, let's go into this. And I guess let's just start with I'm just gonna show some of the footage of the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm not gonna show the actual, you know, assassination taking place, but there's just a couple things I want to mention and then talk about and segue into some other stuff. So let's check that out.
I think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from.
Been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
It's five. Okay, now five is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Now, I mean, there's definitely bigger things going on, and I don't know exactly. I mean, none of us really know exactly what the fuck. Because right at the end there, that's when he got shot. But right before that, you see those two dudes standing behind him, and the one dude who's like sitting there recording, and he does like a weird thing, and then he like touches his ear, and then right after, the guy next to him does this weird motion with his arms, and then boom, it happens. That's very strange. It seems like something is going on there. And so after this, Trump released from the official like White House, like his official account, released a clip addressing what happened with Charlie Kirk, and I want to show it to you guys, and then we'll talk about why it's so fucking bizarre.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America.
Okay, so he put that out, and at first glance, it just seems, I don't know, maybe pretty normal. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but let's take a closer look at what happened pretty early on that we should probably take a closer look at. Dude, his pinky is literally disappearing and reappearing on his hand. And even online, I'm like seeing some people trying to claim that it's an edit and it just got like clipped out or something and they forgot to. Dude, it's not. I know quite a bit about editing, guys. I've been doing it for almost 3 years, and I actually know a lot about AI as well. That's not just some quirky little edit that forgot to get removed. That's AI not being able to generate fingers live in action. And if when you were watching the first clip, it was actually really quick. You have to like slow it down and see what the fuck is going on to actually be able to spot what's happening. So it's not only the most disturbing part about that is that they put it out, and if something like that didn't get picked up, we would all just assume that it was completely real. So they're willing to do that with something like the Charlie Kirk assassination, basically putting out a presidential address that isn't even the actual president speaking what's on his mind. And it makes you think, how many other things have we seen come out that aren't even fucking real, and we just didn't have weird evidence like that to catch on to what's happening? So that's very fucking strange, and you wonder, why would that even happen? What's going on? And they might be doing this, for other reasons, and they might have done it in the past for other reasons, but there is something that maybe points to why they did it for this one, because this other video we're going to get into, Trump was at the 9/11 memorial the next day, and let's look at that.
Patricia E. Mickley. Major Ronald D. Milo, United States Army. Gerard P. Moran, Jr.
So if you can see, like, it literally, like, his whole side of his face is drooping. So a lot of people, and I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, is that he might have had like some type of mini stroke or something, and maybe he wasn't able to speak properly or going through some shit, and so they did the AI video to make up for the fact that he couldn't do it that well. But at the same time, like I just said, they put it out with the deceptive thought that it was completely real. That's the disturbing part, guys, that they're willing to do shit like that and not tell you anything. Also, the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the Senate voted to block any attempts of the Epstein files getting released.
Republicans voted down a Democrat-led effort that would have forced the full release of case files related to Jeffrey Epstein. The Senate voted 51-49 to dismiss changes to an annual defense authorization bill, which would have included a provision to publicly release those files. Republicans Josh Hawley of Missouri and Rand Paul of Kentucky crossed party lines on that vote. President Trump has dismissed the congressional push to provide more transparency on the Epstein investigation, calling it a hoax.
So that's pretty cool, guys. Just a little magic trick. Look over here. And while you're all occupied with this, we're going to cover up something really major. And with the news cycle, nobody's going to really focus on it. So that's cool. And the last thing I want to get into is that the shooter, the alleged suspect, you know, that assassinated Charlie Kirk. Couple things going on. It was, and Discord actually denied this from the very beginning, but now it's popping up that there was some evidence that he was sending messages to like this group of people, and they were talking about different things about the Charlie Kirk assassination, and he was even making comments about his doppelganger doing it and stuff. And there's some other weird shit there. And then they actually came out with a statement talking about this.
And anything new on the investigation? You say he admitted that, confessed?
No, not again. He is not confessed to authorities. He is not cooperating. But all the people around him are cooperating, and I think that's very important. There were reports yesterday that we can confirm that his roommate was indeed a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. That's information that the FBI had mentioned yesterday. We can confirm that as well, and that he is cooperating with authorities as well.
So yeah, he's denying that he actually did it, but it's okay because all the people around him are backing up the narrative that we're trying to push, and they're saying it was him, so we're all good. What the fuck, dude? All a bunch of bullshit. Wow.